it's Mary R here, and in this video I'm going to be preparing my Tacoma to be wrapped. We're going to be using the clay bar, removing the emblems, and removing a dent behind the wheel well. Without further ado, let's start working on that dent. I am going to try the boiling water trick where you take boiling water, you pour it on the side, and you use a plunger to suction the dent out. I'm going to wait for this water to finish boiling, and I'll see y'all outside. All right, y'all, here we go. I got the boiling water and the plunger, and we're gonna get this dent out. I still thought I'd show this clip, but unfortunately, this technique did not work very well on my truck. Actually, it really didn't work at all. I know it works on some people's vehicles, but unfortunately, just did not work on Bo's dent. It is a pretty deep dent. So next I tried just using a rubber mallet and banging the dent out. And that really did a pretty good job. It's not perfect, but it'll do. Now let's remove those emblems. Alright, y'all, once I folded in the mirrors, getting Bo in here was pretty easy. He's a mid-sized truck, so he's pretty small. I have a heat gun and some fishing line, and I'm gonna show y'all how to get those off real quick. Alright, y'all, as we can see, we got the Tacoma emblems on the side of the door right here. So basically what I'm gonna do is heat it up and then take this fishing line and just work it up and down. And already it's starting to come off even without heat, but I'm just gonna use heat just in case to make it a little bit easier. Comes off real easy thanks to the heat gun. This thing is extremely hot, so as you can see, it's very, very hot. So be very careful. There we go. Look at that. Look at all of that mess. Holy cow. All the stick. Oh. And there you go. All right, y'all, so I just finished removing all the emblems, and I'll tell you what, getting this goo off is going to be quite the hassle. That is on there very, very good. It has had many years to bake on there with the sun. So these are all the emblems that I had on there and removed. So everything else that I have on the back of my truck, like that's magnets. So there's no more stickers or anything on the truck. So after we use the clay bar and give Bo a really, really good cleaning, he will pretty much be ready to wrap. So I'm gonna finish getting that goo off tomorrow. I do have to go to work now. That's gonna be hard. So the real heavy stick actually peeled off pretty easy, and with some help from some Goo Gone, the rest came right off. All right, let's get to the clay bar and then we're done. All right, y'all, we got Bo right here, and before we did the clay bar, I went ahead and just gave him a pretty simple wash. It was pretty quick. I didn't have a ton of time, but here is the clay bar right here, and this is the actual set we have, and this came with the microfiber towels. We got some disposable gloves and a good amount of clay bars. And also we have the applicant that we're going to use, the clay luber. And right here on the bottom, you can see that we have these tablets that come with it. And this was a pretty cheap set, like $15, $20 on Amazon. So what we're going to do first is spray Bo with this. Before we use the clay bar, we're going to get him pretty wet, get him pretty saturated with this spray. And then you're going to come back over with the clay bar. You're going to squish it down in your hand to make kind of like a pancake shape. And you're just going to go over. The clay bar is designed to remove any sort of contaminants that's on your paint. And really, this clay bar did an amazing job. All right, y'all, and when you're using the clay bar, you also want to wear gloves because the oils from your hands will get onto the clay bar. So make sure that you have some sort of gloves. These are just the ones that came with the kit. And also, like I say, you're just going to really want to work your clay bar and get it into a nice shape of your hand so you can work it along your truck. Alright y'all, and do not be shy with the spray. In order for the clay bar to really smoothly run across your truck, it's got to be really, really wet, or else it'll get really sticky and it will not work. So do not be shy with the spray. You cannot use too much. And Bo is all ready to be wrapped now. So thank you so much for watching my video today of how to get your vehicle prepared for a wrap. And in the next video, I'm going to be revealing which one of my characters, either Matt, Russell, Justin, or Joel, Bo is going to be wrapped to look like. So please remember to like, subscribe, share this video with your friends, hit the bell as well, and we will see you in the next video where Bo is going to be getting wrapped. Bye!